what you knew. And a good evening, wrestling fans. Welcome to the Fieldhouse in Madison. It is a WIAA Team State Wrestling quarterfinal round of Division I. Joe Miller with you here. And you are looking live at Burlington and Holmen, one of 4 Division I quarterfinals. The Burlington Demons in the black and orange singlets tonight, and the Holmen Vikings in the maroon and white singlets. We're going to start the dual meet at 182 pounds. And a quick 2-0 lead for the Burlington wrestler. That is Ryan Jadzewski. He's a state qualifier, a senior, taking him on from Holmen. Joe Inglet, also a senior with a record of 35-13. And there's another takedown by Jadzewski. And quickly, Ryan Jadzewski out to a 4-0 lead. 4-1 lead. Burlington coming in with a dual meet record of 13-0, conference champions of the Southern Lakes Conference. Holmen coming in with a dual meet record of 14-3, champions of the Mississippi Valley Conference. This is a quarterfinal matchup. The winner moves on to tomorrow morning's semifinal round to take on the winner of Hartford Union and Badger. And we'll give you updates of that dual meet along with the rest of the quarterfinals going on around the Fieldhouse here tonight. Glad you're with us here on FoxSportsWisconsin.com. And we have a stalling warning on bottom. And I tell you what, Jadzewski is off to a big-time start in this first period. You see another takedown there. You just saw the stalling warning. So right now, Jadzewski looks like he's going to take a 6-2 lead through the end of the first period. Our official tonight here for this quarterfinal matchup, Joe Heil of Edgar. Choice will be to Inglet in the second period, and he will go down. And quickly to work here is Jadzewski on top. Ryan Jadzewski, a senior. We told you he was a state qualifier a week ago, a round away from medaling at the individual state tournament. Had a good state tournament, 2-2, and one match away from picking up a medal. Burlington head coach Jade Gribble, heck of a season for the Demons. 4th in the final cross-face team rankings. The Holmen Vikings and second-year man Jason Lulloff checking in 7th in the final cross-face rankings. Figures to be a pretty good quarterfinal matchup here. Again, the winner moves on to take on either Hartford Union or Badger. Started the dual meet at 182 pounds, which means we'll end it at 170. And right now, Jadzewski wrestling a pretty good match. 3 first period takedowns is where we sit. 2 escapes for Inglet, 3 takedowns for Jadzewski, and he leads it 6-2 in this second period. Burlington defeated West Allis Central impressive fashion, 53-6 in the team sectional to get here to Madison and the Fieldhouse. Holmen had a battle with DeForest, 33-28 in their sectional final matchup. See Jadzewski, he's got the wrist coming through the legs, trying to get like a ball and chain perhaps. Get some back exposure. A decision is worth 3 team points. A major decision, if you beat your opponent by 8 points or more, is worth 4 team points. A technical foul, if you get ahead by 15 points, they'll stop the match. That's worth 5 team points. And a pin or forfeit is worth 6 points. Second period comes to a close. Jadrzewski riding out Englert for the entire period. Jadrzewski says, let's go neutral here to start this third period. Two pretty good wrestlers here, two seniors, 30-match winners, but right now Jadrzewski is just very impressive on his feet with that double leg attack, and there's another takedown, and now Jadrzewski's getting close to a major decision, up 6. Jadrzewski ranked 8th in the final individual rankings. And another stalling warning on bottom. That one results in a point. You see the escape and a quick takedown. And now it is now we'll see how the points sort out. I mean, we may be sitting at a major decision right now. We'll have to see the stalling. Well, it's going to be 11-4. So one more takedown by Jadrzewski, and he's looking at a major decision. And if you're right now, here's another shot. And we're out of bounds. 46 seconds to go in this match. 11-4. Ryan Jadrzewski with that 7-point leads on the verge of a major decision here. Final 30 seconds here of this match. Jadrzewski again in on a shot. And there is the takedown. So Jadrzewski now looking at a major decision with a 9-point lead. And it looks like Burlington's going to pick up 4 big team points to start this dual meet. And the Demons are going to take a 4-0 dual meet lead after one match, as the senior Ryan Jadrzewski, the state qualifier, is going to pick up a 13-4 victory. Very impressive work by the senior. And it is a 13-4 victory for Jadrzewski and a 4-0 lead for Burlington. Now we move ahead now to 195 pounds. And it will be Tyler Shockey, a senior, 17-9 for Holmen. And for Burlington, Greg Miller, a sophomore, 22-18. 4-0 lead now for Burlington, and you see Shockey was in on the shot, but a nice counter and a score. Greg Miller, the sophomore, with the first points of the match. Quickly the escape by the Holmen wrestler, Dan Freeman. Opening minute of this 195-pound match, and again, Greg Miller, this sophomore, having a good start. He's already got 2 takedowns, and now Miller with a 4-1 lead. And a takedown clinic going on here by the sophomore, Greg Miller, in this first period, 6-2. And reversal there. Shockey, the senior, gets the reversal now and cuts the lead to 6-4. Final seconds ticking off of this first period. And close to a reversal there, but no points. So it'll be a 6-4 lead heading into the second period. Shockey will go down to start this second period, trailing 6-4, and a quick near fall, just a 1 count. But now Shockey out the back door. He's close to a reversal, and there it is, and we're tied at 6. So back-to-back reversals now by Tyler Shockey, the senior, and we are tied at 6. Should be tied at 6. I think the scoreboard still says 6-4, but it should be tied 6-6 early on in this second period. And now the score is changed, so we are tied up 6-6. Couple of reversals here by Shockey. 3 takedowns in that first period by Greg Miller. Good matchup here at 195 pounds. 7-6 lead with the escape there by Greg Miller. .30 seconds remaining in period number 2. High crotch shot there by Shockey. Crossface there as you see Greg Miller, the sophomore, trying to extend his lead right now, which is 7-6. Shockey hanging on to that leg. 15 seconds to go in the second period. And, well, a nice reversal here by Shockey. Can he get the points? Yes, he does at the buzzer. And Shockey with the takedown will take an 8-7 lead going into the third period. So what a comeback here by Tyler Shockey. Greg Miller led this entire match, but Shockey with the big comeback now. And he leads the match 8-7, but Miller's close to a reversal. Nothing yet. Oh, Shockey lucky to get the leg out or the head out there. He's got the legs in, but you can see he's out of position a little high here. Dangerous spot here for Tyler Shockey. He's got to scoot back down the body, and if you're Greg Miller, work for that reversal and get the lead back. 1:18 to go. Again, Holmen leads the dual meet 4-0 after the major decision to start the duel at 182 pounds. Shockey's still hanging on, but I don't know if he can hang on in this position for another minute. He's probably hoping to get a stalemate call here, and I don't know how long the official will let this one go. We'll have to wait and see. 50 seconds. It's not pretty, but I tell you, Shockey's getting the job done, and now he's close to near fall. He might get some near fall out of this. Well, Miller gets back to his stomach. And again, Shockey's in trouble, and there's the reversal. And now it's going to be near fall. And that's a 2 reversal and a 2 near fall. That's going to be 11-8 now in favor of Greg Miller. With 18 seconds to go. Final 10 seconds are going to tick off on this one. Come from behind. What a wild match here at 95. And it looks like Greg Miller is going to pick up a hard-fought victory and 3 more team points for the Burlington Demons. 11-8 your final at 195. We move ahead now to 220 pounds. It'll be Noah Risch, a 7-5 sophomore for Holmen. And Tyler Vorpal, 23-22 senior for Burlington. So on paper, one of those proverbial toss-up matches. Ones that could go either way, but this is one right now Holmen needs desperately. They just lost a hard-fought victory there at 195 pounds as a come-from-behind victory for Burlington in the final seconds with the 2 reversal and the 2 near fall. And now it is a 7-0 team score for Burlington. Take a quick lap around the field house here. It's like Badger with a 9-6 lead over Hartford. Wisconsin Rapids with a 6-0 lead over Heartland. Arrowhead and Wausau West out big early. They're up 15-0 on Franklin. And right here, 7-0 in favor of Burlington as we are set with our 220-pound match. Vorpal, 23-22 for Burlington. And Noah Risch, a sophomore, 7-5 for Holmen. Holmen 3 losses on the regular season, all to state tournament teams. Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln had a great dual meet with Wisconsin Rapids, 31-38. Holmen really opened some eyes in that one. Also lost to Luxembourg Casco, top-ranked team in Division II, and conference rival Sparta. Actually split the regular season with Sparta, had 2 dual meets, winning one and losing one. And Sparta, of course, also in the Division II field. So Holmen, 3 losses, nothing to be ashamed of. Also have some big wins. Wins over Milton, 1 point a ranked team, Division I. Appleton West, DeForest, La Crosse Logan, to name a few. Toma, not a bad squad. So Holmen teams had a pretty good season. Finished 4th at the Bi-State. Had a real good Bi-State tournament at Holmen. They were without a couple of starters at the Bi-State, still finished 4th. Also winning the Winona tournament, the Waunakee tournament, and runners-up at the Sauk Prairie tournament. No score here through the first period. 220 pounds. Again, we started at 182, so we will finish the night at 170 pounds. Shot attempt, took out here. No points. Risch was close, and there is the first points of the match, the escape. By Vorpal, and he has a 1-0 lead, a minute 27 remaining in this second period. Looking at Burlington's season, a perfect dual meet record. Also with some impressive wins. Knocking off Badger. Badger, of course, here in the team tournament, 39-30 in a dual meet. A big win over Delman Darien, a ranked team in Division II, 56-15. Also wins over McQuantigo, a ranked team at one point this season, and Mineral Point, one of the top dogs in Division III. So Jade Gribble's clubs had a nice season, winning the Nicolay Scramble, finishing 5th at the Marty Loy, winning the Mid-States. That was the real big one, put Burlington on the map, as there's a takedown. First points of the night for Noah Rich now, and he has the 2-1 lead. Takedown comes here with 38 seconds in this second period. Glad you're with us here on FoxSportsWisconsin.com. This is quarterfinal round of Division I. We'll be back here tomorrow morning for the semifinals in D1. That's at 9 o'clock. The Division II and III semifinals at 1 o'clock, and then Championship Saturday, 6 o'clock tomorrow night, all three finals. Divisions 1, 2, and 3, and could be one of the more wide-open fields in all three divisions we've ever had. Certainly the favorites, Holmen, Luxembourg, Casco, Rapids, will all be there, but a year that maybe somebody could reach up and grab one of these teams. There's the escape to tie it up. So we're going to go to this third period 2-2, although Risch will have his choice in the third period. And you figure he will go down for the escape to take the lead. And this is a match that you desperately need if you're Holmen right now. That tough loss a moment ago at 195 pounds. We go to the third period, tied at 2. Risch quickly to his feet, facing his man, and there's the escape, and now a 3-2 lead for Noah Risch. Vorpal, the senior, Risch just a sophomore. And we're back to neutral. 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining in this third period. A 3-2 lead for Risch, the sophomore, over the senior Vorpal. In a match you got to figure you got to have right now if you're Holmen. You don't want to get behind too big early. 285 figures to be a toss-up match. The strength of Holmen's lineup are those lighter weights. Several state place winners coming up in the lighter weights, although Burlington's got some studs in there too. So we got some good matches coming up yet in this dual meet. Both teams with several state place winners on their rosters. Two pretty balanced teams. Not a lot of holes in either one of these lineups. And, this top half of the bracket with Badger, Hartford, Holmen, and Burlington, this one's pretty wide open. Wouldn't be shocked if any of these four teams make the finals tomorrow night. Wausau West putting on a big show on Franklin. Rapids in a bit of a battle with Heartland Arrowhead. That figures to be a good dual meet. .30 seconds to go. Again, it's a 3-2 lead for Noah Risch. And close to a takedown there, but we're out of bounds neutral. 10 seconds remaining. The sophomore Noah Risch looking for 3 big team points for his Holmen Vikings right here. Front headlock position, and it looks like Risch is going to pick up a big victory. 3-2, and the Holmen Vikings on the scoreboard. 7-3 now. The dual meet tightening up as we head to 285 pounds. Well, good victory for the sophomore Risch. Something to build on for that young man. Just a sophomore. Limited action. Gets a big win here in the state quarterfinals. Yeah, we move ahead to the big boys now, the heavyweights. Hunter Hauser, the sophomore for Holmen. He was a state qualifier a week ago. And Neil Miller, the senior for Burlington. 30-match winner, and a quick takedown there for the senior Miller. They go out of bounds, but it'll be a takedown. I think Hauser's in some pain. He might have rolled an ankle here. He's going to take his injury time. It was a scramble on the edge of the mat. Hauser got rolled up. Miller gets the takedown, and now Hauser trying to work out an issue with the ankle. Hauser was defeated by the eventual state champ John Jude. Actually won a couple of matches at the Kohl Center last week. Was a match away from medaling. Lost in double overtime in the round that would have put him on the medal stand. But he's a good sophomore. He'll be back. And certainly a heavyweight to keep an eye on in the next couple of seasons here. But trailing 2-0 early on to the senior Neil Miller. Is pretty good senior. Certainly state qualifier material. He came out of a very tough sectional at heavyweight with Cinchner from Badger, who's here, and Jesse Nelson from Stoughton, who ended up placing third at 285 pounds. Oh, you see Miller with that arm bar. So still in the top position, Neil Miller leads at 2-0, minute in to this opening period. 7-3 now, dual meet score. Holmen on the board a moment ago with a big win at 220 pounds. Badger and Hartford all knotted up at 9. That's a good dual meet. We figured that one would be coming down to the wire, and it looks like it's going to be. Rapids and Wausau West out to big leads in their dual meets. Those two teams, by the way, if they win, they'd meet in the semis tomorrow. How about that one? 1 versus 2 in the semis. Burlington would be the highest ranked team left on the top half of the bracket. Merrill, the third ranked team in the state, was defeated by Wausau West at regionals. And you have Burlington at number 4. Arrowhead at 5. That's a pretty good one. How about in the quarterfinals? You got 1 versus 5. Arrowhead and Rapids. That one figures to get interesting when you get into the middleweights. The strength of both teams' rosters. Who can get the most wins there between Rapids and Arrowhead once they hit the middle upper weights. It's kind of the same thing here. Once we hit the lightweights, starting at 106, there's going to be some good wrestlers on both teams all the way up to about 145, 152 pounds. A lot of chances for both teams to pick up some wins. It'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. Well, that was an impressive first period by Neil Miller. He got the takedown about 10 seconds into the match and rode out Hunter Hauser for the entire period. Hauser will defer his choice to the third period. And Miller will go down. Second period underway now. It's a 2-0 lead for Neil Miller. The senior got that takedown early on in the match. And that has been all the scoring in this one. Hauser up to his feet. And what's the call going to be? No change. So it's still Miller down. Miller nearly out, but no change of control. Right call as they went out of bounds. You always have to be careful now because with the new rules, a lot more liberal with the out of bounds, and these officials are going to let these guys wrestle way more out of bounds. So if you're watching at home and you say, well, that's a no-brainer, he's away, or that's a no-brainer, they're out of bounds, it's really not anymore. Here's a stalling call now on Miller. Keep an eye on that one. His first stalling call comes early on here in the second period. 3-0 lead for Miller, but you see Hauser again with those underhooks, and if Miller doesn't stop backing up, he's going to get nailed again. He's still got a lot of match left, and every stalling call from here on out would be points in Hauser's pocket. Hauser, a big boy for a sophomore. Well, he's going to be a good one. Told you, had a nice bi-state medal at the bi-state, was a match away from medaling at the state tournament. Again, Miller's got to be careful. Hauser's just getting that underhook and running him right out of bounds. Nice job there by Miller circling back in. And now Miller reverses the momentum, and he pushed Hauser out of bounds there. It's another one of these toss-up matches. You say toss-up, I mean, they're both great wrestlers. They're both, 30-match winners, but that's exactly the point. On paper, pretty even guys. This isn't a 30-match winner wrestling a 10-match winner. This is one where both these guys, you figured if they wrestle 10 times, they might each win 5. But right now, it's who's going to win right here. That's the only one that matters. The other 9 don't matter. It's who won Friday night at the Fieldhouse. Hauser, look at that low single by the heavyweight. Oh, I tell you what, I think Miller's lucky there. He might have been, well, now I was going to say he's going to get back points. Now Hauser might get the fall here. Working for the fall. This would be huge for Holmen. 16 points, and there it is. Oh, man, Holmen come from behind, and Hunter Hauser puts the Vikings out in front, 9-7. Well, a huge win there for Hunter Hauser. Holmen with its first lead of the night, now 9-7. We move ahead to 106 pounds. And we have a state place winner here for the Burlington Demons. Pretty talented freshman, a 45-match winner, Ben Hornicle. Took 4th last week at the individual state tournament. And he's taking on the freshman Wyatt Anderson, 20-16. Hornicle already in on a shot and a takedown. He had a great tournament, making it all the way to the semifinals last week before being defeated by the eventual state champ, Ben Thornton of La Crosse Central. Wrestled his way back to 4th place. And he, as we told you, he's just a freshman. And now this is where the match is going to get fun, folks, because I'm telling you what, you basically, between the two teams, you almost have a state qualifier literally at just about every weight class left here. So you're looking at one of the top, 10 or 12 wrestlers in the state the rest of the way here. See that coffee grinder, well done here. Oh, working for the fall early on is Hornicle. Burlington could use the team points, get right back out in front. A lot of time on the clock. Hornicle in the center of the mat. This is a bad place to be if you're Wyatt Anderson. See that right arm of Anderson's almost out. If he can get that arm out, he could probably get back to his stomach. And now if you're Hornicle, he realizes that, stepping over. But, Anderson does the job. He's back to his stomach momentarily. Think he's going to avert the pin here. Nice job. I thought he was done when he had that coffee grinder locked up. Forget about it, both arms. But give credit to young Wyatt Anderson getting off his back. Might have saved 3 team points. But now Hornicle right back to the cradle. This is going to be near fall. I don't know if he can pin him from this position. Tough to see from up here how close those shoulders are to down. The official not down real tight, so I don't know that he can pin him here, but he's got 3 near fall. Now I think Hornicle realizes that. So it's going to be an 8-0 lead for Ben Hornicle. And again, a technical fall now, folks, is worth 5 team points, and Hornicle's well on his way to attack, up 8-0 after a period. Anderson's choice, he's thinking about it. And actually, excuse me, it's Hornicle's choice, and he's going top. And that's something you don't see often, but obviously Hornicle, physical 106-pounder, obviously has the skills from turns. We saw 2 nice turns, and he goes right to that cross-face cradle. Working that cradle. Nice job by Anderson. He's got to get that head off the mat, though, arch the back. Because what Hornicle wants to do is run that head to the knee hard. Well, we got the top half of the bracket, folks, as we predicted. Well, you look at the scores, 9-7, 15-50. They don't get any closer to that. Then you go to the bottom half of the bracket, 30-0, 15-4. Little different story with Rapids and Wausau West. You know, we figured that. Now, Arrowhead's still got some horses to come. They should make this interesting, but right now Rapids out to a huge lead, and Wausau West is almost wrapped up the dual meet. They're already up to 120. Wausau West is a good team, and if Rapids ends up beating Arrowhead, boy, you don't want to, I don't know if you're going out tonight or staying up late, but set your alarm. You definitely want to get up tomorrow morning. It appears Wausau West is going to win. Too early to call the Rapids era, but if Rapids hangs on, 9 o'clock tomorrow, you don't want to miss Rapids and Wausau West. I tell you what, you don't want to miss the winner of this one because, again, I think we're going to have a razor-thin dual meet tomorrow with these 2 top-half matches. I think whoever wins between Badger and Hartford and our match here, that semifinal tomorrow morning is going to be awesome as well. I can't wait. Might just sleep here at the Fieldhouse tonight. Al Anderson's doing a heck of a job here this second period. Hornicle took top. And when you take top, you're basically conceding a point because you go bottom, you think you're going to either get the optional start or you're going to escape and get the point. So Hornicle's really given up a point here. To go top, takes the gamble to try and get the turn. And thus far, it hasn't worked out. Wyatt Anderson's wrestled a pretty solid second period. But as I say that, Hornicle now just does get the cradle. And again, I don't think he can pin him from here, but he's going to get near fall right. See if he got the full 5 count here. It was only about 7 seconds. Yes, he did. I was going to say, he took him over with about 7 seconds remaining in the period. You need a 5 count to get 3 near fall. And he did get it. So 11-0 as we head to the third period. And Hornicle with the reversal now. He'll go up 13-0. And one more turn by Hornicle ends the match with a technical fall. I think Hornicle would love the pin here, though. It'd take every point he can get. Right now, Burlington trailing by 2. Hornicle, the 6th ranked 106-pounder in the state, although he finished 4th, so improving his ranking. As we're out of bounds back to center, 102 remaining in this 106-pound match. Again, we started the duel at 182 pounds. That means 170 will be our finishing weight class. Right now, a big major decision at minimum right now for Ben Hornickel and Burlington. Hornickel's going to let him go. 13-1. As we're back to neutral. Hornickel in on that double leg. Nice counter, though, by Anderson. Good sprawling there. Good leg defense. Final 10 seconds of this one, and we're going to get a stalemate. Now, barring a takedown to the back, looks like Ben Hornickel's going to pick up a major decision here on 14 points. He's in on the shot. Takedown wouldn't matter, though. He'd need a takedown and back points, and time's going to run out. He will get the takedown, but that'll do it. 15-1, Ben Hornickel with the major decision, but I think you'd take that one if you're Holmen. Only one bonus point surrendered there. So Hornickel, 14 points for Burlington. They're back out in front, 11-9. Move ahead now to 113 pounds. Lewis Schenkenberg, 25-18 freshman for Burlington. Lewis Corcoran, 21-12 senior for Holmen. So on paper, pretty even records, but if you're Holmen, you got to say, look, we got a senior taking on a freshman here. This is one we got to have. And this back and forth duel meet continues. What a crossface and a takedown and some near fall. Oh boy, what a counter by Lewis Schenkenberg. That's going to add a quick reversal back by Corcoran. And the official is going to stop it for potentially dangerous. The Holmen coaches out of their seats because he was going to his back. But the official saying potentially dangerous. The knee was bent. So it'll be 4-2. Schenkenberg with the lead, but Corcoran from the top position. And there's the escape. So Schenkenberg adds to his lead now, 5-2. Boy, how about that shot? Crossface, just great hip control. Took him right down to his back, got the two takedown and the two near fall to start the match. (5-2) opening minute of this period at 113 pounds. Again, you look at the records on paper, pretty even. You say toss-up match. The only thing you'd say maybe slight advantage Holmen with a senior taking on a freshman. For Holmen, this is their 6th appearance in the team state tournament. They've had a good run here, 3 of the last 4 years in 2009 and last year. Deepest run was in the semifinals back in 1997. Burlington, I always love it when I get to say this. I got to do the state hockey tournament this afternoon. We had 2 teams that had their first trip ever to state. Here's Burlington, first trip ever to the state tournament. What a job Jade Gribble has done building this program, ranked 4th in the state. And they're a real comer, folks. They don't have a lot of seniors in these, especially in these lighter weights. You got to lose a couple studs, guys like Willie Ellen and Derek Gill, but they bring back some horses next year. This can be a good team next year. Same thing with Holmen. You look at guys like Darius Wright, state medalist, he'll be coming back. Hauser, the heavyweight we showed you. So 2 pretty good teams right here, 2 young teams. Got a good one going here, 6-4. Schirkenbeck make it 8-4. Back and forth we go at 113 pounds. Schirkenbeck with the takedown makes it 8-4. And really the difference in this match, you look at the 4-point difference, was Schenkenberg, say that one 3 times, Schenkenberg's takedown and near fall early on in that match. And now some near fall coming by Schenkenberg. He got that leg in. He was working that for a while. And boy, what a swing here. We went from a 2-point match to now this is going to be, what, a 7-point lead for Schenkenberg. Still have a period to go, but boy, you had to like your chances if you were Lewis Corcoran a second ago. You had gotten it back to a 2-point match, and you were neutral. Schenkenberg gets the takedown and another near fall. Now that's going to be 11-4. As we go to the third period. Well, right now, if you're Lewis Corcoran, you still got to feel like you can win this match. You've had chances. Definitely, you can't give up any more points. A major decision would be a devastating blow right here to Holmen. We're out of bounds, back to neutral. Minute 32 seconds to go in this 113-pound match. It's an 11-9 Burlington lead. Corcoran in on a shot. I tell you what, if Schenkenberg scores here, he's looking at a major decision. This would make it a 15-9 dual meet. And he's got it. That's a major decision. What a performance here by Lucas Schenkenberg, the freshman. Coming up on a minute to go in this third period. Schenkenberg jumped out to that forehand, and now we're going to have a stalling call on bottom from bad to worse for poor Lewis Corcoran. Final 20 seconds are going to tick off, and this looks like a big, major decision here at 113 pounds. This has got to be a tough one for Holmen to give up 4 points here. We're out of bounds. Yep, he did give him the escape. So 13-5. Somehow, if Corcoran can get a takedown here in the final 5. Well, he's in on that low single. Can he finish it? No, he cannot, so it'll be a major decision. 4 team points for Burlington. They increase their lead now 15-9. Well, we move ahead now to 120 pounds. 15-9 lead for Burlington. For Holmen, It'll be Sam Shank. Sam, a senior, 28-6 record. And for Burlington, Wesley Gavin, a freshman, 26-15, and Shank in quickly on the takedown. Shank spending much of the year at 126 pounds. James Bennett, who we'll see coming up momentarily, dropping at tournament time. There's another takedown. And a pretty good stretch here for both these teams, with some state medalists coming up, as we told you. A 4-1 lead here for Shank, the senior, 28-6. Now some shifting of the lineup here, it appears, is forthcoming by Holmen. Darius Wright, who I see warming up, placing a week ago at the individual state tournament at this weight class, as was Derek Gill. So we still may get Derek Gill versus Darius Wright, but it's not going to be at 120 pounds. Yeah, right now, we told you it's Gavin, the freshman, Shank, the senior. Now, it'll be interesting where the shifting takes place, because you have Derek Gill and Matt Ellen still for Burlington. You have James Bennett and Darius Wright still coming for Holmen. So how do you shift around all those state place winners in these next couple of weight classes? We'll have to wait and see. I say Wright had one of the great tournaments last week, took fourth at 120 pounds, which is just a brutally tough weight class. He actually defeated Gill 3-2 in the consolation semifinals. Gill actually making it to the semifinals himself before he was defeated by the eventual champion Colin Bain. But Gill's big win came in the quarterfinals when he knocked off the defending state champ Andrew Crowland, one of the top-ranked wrestlers in the nation. And then ended up being defeated by Bain, went back into the wrestleback, ended up taking 6. I mean, the 120 was just absolutely ridiculous. Andrew Crone, state champ, and Tyler Rice, a two-time state finalist from Kenosha Tremper, didn't even place in the weight class. I mean, that is, boy, when you say that out loud, that's tough to get your arms around. Shank here in on a takedown. No signal yet. And there it is now. Shank increases his lead 6-3. Boy, how about that Burlington Badger match right now? 21-15. Excuse me, 24-21. Just updated the score. Shank with that 6-4 lead, 6-3 lead here, coming down the late stages of this second period. Final seconds ticking off of this second period, and we're out of bounds. Period comes to an end. Shank looks like he'll go down to start the third period. He leads it 6-3. Right now, if you're Holmen, though, you got to figure a way to get Shank maybe the way he's going to get some bonus points in this third period and pick up a major decision here. Goes down with a 3-point lead. Nice job here on top, though, by Wesley Gavin, this freshman. Under a minute to go in the match, I'll tell you right now, Wesley Gavin's doing a heck of a job on top. I think at this point you forget about the major decision. Just right now, you've got to make sure you protect the win right here if you're Sam Shank. This is absolutely a match that Holmen cannot let get away from them right here. Only up 3 right now. Got to be careful right here. He's one turn away from this match being wide open. So big spot here for both these guys. Got to be careful here as momentarily Gavin was getting a little bit high out of position, but he's able to settle back in. I tell you what, this has been an impressive third period. I don't know if Wesley Gavin's going to win this match, but he is certainly going to not give up bonus points. And I think you'd take that right now if you're Coach Jade Gribble. You're still going to have the lead. We're going to get a stalemate here with 20 seconds to go. It's going to be 15-12. And now, again, I can't wait to see here on both sides. You still have Gill, Elon coming up, and Fitzpatrick for Burlington. And you have Bennett and Wright for Holmen. So you got a lot of studs, not a lot of spots to put them all. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out here. 10 seconds, we're out of bounds. Shank does get the escape. So it'll be a 7-3 score right now. Actually, he does not get the escape. I think that was a stalling call on top, as there was a warning in the second period against Gavin. So he does get the stalling point, but it's still not going to be enough to get a major decision here. And a pretty impressive job by Gavin keeping this thing close against the senior Shank, a 28-match winner. That'll do it, 7-3. Shank gets the win. 3 team points for the Vikings now. And it is a 15-12 dual meet. We move ahead now to 126 pounds. Should be a good one here. Derek Gill for Burlington, the state place winner, the senior, 40-plus match winner. And for Holmen, James Bennett, the place winner. So still not seen Darius Wright yet. Doing some shifting around with Mr. Wright, but here's a battle of state place winners. They meet here at 126 pounds. That is where Bennett took 5th a week ago. He had a lot of wrestling. He was defeated in the first round by Alex Spatz of DC Everest, wrestled all the way back to 5th. And we told you Gill finishing 6th at a loaded 120-pound weight class. This should be a good one, folks. 2 state place winners, neither one of them at their natural, Bennett at his natural weight, Gill moving up a weight. And a lot of shifting of the lineup here going on by both teams right now. So there's definitely a strategy in wrestling when you get to the dual meet setting. It's a chess game. A lot of times it depends on who reports first to the table. You wait and see what the other team's going to do, and then you send out your guy. And right now, you see Bennett on that whizzer, trying to hold off Gill. Boy, how about that match over on Badger and Hartford? Randy Shine of Lake Geneva Badger just knocked off the state champion, Nate Hennis, tying the dual meet up at 24. Wow, shocker over there. Randy Shine, pretty good wrestler, state place winner himself, but how about that one? State champ just goes down. That one's tied at 24. Rapids, we knew Arrowhead would make it interesting. They have. It's down to 19-13 over there. Wausau West up to 51-5. That dual meet's actually almost over. They're down to their last couple of weights. We still got a long way to go here. We move ahead to the second period. Bennett goes down. Start this second period. And Bennett's close to a reversal here. He's got Gill's head. Boy, if he can step over, he does. Oh, boy, what a reversal. And we're out of bounds. He put Gill to his back momentarily. No near fall. Gill may have been saved by the out of bounds. It's going to be 2 reversal, though, for James Bennett. Now that's a big spot here. Big spot here for Bennett, but he's in trouble of getting reversed back, and then he does. And that'll cancel out Bennett's reversal. So now we're 2-2, minute 10, and now the escape by Bennett. So after all that, it's a wash. The reversals, Bennett, who went down to start the period, gets the escape, so he gets the 1-point lead, and that's how we basically would have started the period. So after all that, it's a 3-2 Bennett lead. And now Gill with the takedown. And he's close to back points. Nothing there. Boy, oh boy, good match here at 126. You knew it was going to be good. And Bennett trying the roll, doesn't get through. Final 10 seconds of this second period, and Gill looks like he's going to take a 1-point lead into the third period. Oh, maybe he might get more as he's back with the cradle. But Bennett's able to sit out. After all that, no points. Good scramble there. It's going to be a 4-3 lead for Derek Gill, and we have a stoppage for some blood time. So we go to the third period. Gill with the 1-point lead will go down. Got that reversal battle in that second period. Gill got the takedown late in the period. Leads at 4-3, and he'll go down to try and add to his lead. And we're neutral. No signal yet from the official. But this will be at least 1 point. There it is. So Derek Gill going to take a 5-3 lead here in the third period over James Bennett. (15-12). Burlington leads the dual meet. And we've got some blood time here again. Boy, how about Arrowhead mounting the comeback here on Rapids? 19-16. Things are getting interesting over there. We got ourselves a good one. 15-12. Back and forth we go in this quarterfinal. And Gill in on a shot. Bennett with that three-quarter Nelson. Trying to get the tying takedown here. And we're back to neutral here. 59 seconds to go in this 126-pound match. A battle of state place winners. Derek Gill bumping up a weight class here from his natural 120. And right now, he has the lead over the state place winner, James Bennett. You see Gill working that, or Bennett trying that chest crusher. And we're going to be out of bounds. Back to center, 28 seconds to go. Wausau West just about has it wrapped up. They're down to their final match. So we can officially call that one. That's the only one we can call. Everything else, including top-ranked Wisconsin Rapids, very close right now. And Bennett's got the tying takedown with 10 seconds to go. No near fall. Can Gill get the escape? No, he cannot. We're headed to overtime. Oh, man. James Bennett, the takedown with 8 seconds left in regulation. And now we go to sudden death. 1 minute to decide it, perhaps. If no takedown, then we'll go to double OT. Gill in on the shot. He's got the leg of Bennett. That sweep single. Can he finish it here? And now Bennett steps over. No signal yet. What a scramble. Bennett hanging on to that arm. Still no points. And after all that, woo, no points. What a scramble. Looks like we may be heading to double OT. Unbelievable. And here we go, double overtime. Coin toss here to see who goes down first. Then it'll go to who scored first, and I believe that was Bennett, so it would be Bennett's choice if it goes to a third overtime. But we're a long ways off from that. Still 2 30-second periods. And no signal yet. There's the point. Gill gets his escape. 10 seconds remaining in this first overtime, or the second overtime period. Again, just because you get the point, the period doesn't end. They wrestle the first full 30 seconds unless there's a pin. And now here's Bennett. He goes down. If he gets away, the match continues. If Gill can ride him out, it'll be all over. Gill trying the roll. He might get a reversal. Down to 10 seconds. And Bennett's got at least one, but he might get a takedown here. No, he's going to get out of that front headlock. So we are going to triple overtime. Here it is. And it was Bennett who scored first, so he goes down. There's no more periods after this one. Here it is. Bennett gets away. He wins. Gill holds him down. He wins. Bennett quickly to his feet. And he's out. And that's it. James Bennett, what a match. Wow. Wow. 2 state medalists, 2 of the best in the state. Very impressive stuff there. Now we're tied up, 15-15. Now we move ahead to 132 pounds now. The dual meet tied at 15. And a quick takedown here for Holmen. This is Ryan Stallsberg, a sophomore, taking on Matt Elin, the senior. Matt Elin, a state qualifier a week ago at 132 pounds. Stallsberg, boy, how about the week Stallsberg had? Are you ready for this guy's tournament? Comes in with a record of 27-15 as a sophomore. Gets defeated in the first round by the eventual state finalist Garrett Whitehead. Wrestles all the way back to 5th. Knocked off a couple of ranked wrestlers en route. So you talk about a young man wrestling with some confidence. Here he comes right out and takes down Willie Allen, a state qualifier right here. Allen ranked 8th in the state. Stallsberg coming in at 16. Both these guys competing at 132 pounds a week ago. Stallsberg, what a week, finishing 5th at a very another deep weight class, 132 pounds. And, boy, Darius Wright, I don't know if, I know he had dealt with some injuries in the consolation rounds, wrestling back to that 4th place finish. And we have not seen him. And I can't imagine if this point, he's already up 2 weight classes. If he hasn't wrestled by now, he's probably not going to. So talk about Holmen going shorthanded when you lose the 4th-ranked wrestler in the state. That's a tough loss. And again, it's not say for sure, but I would say at 138 possibly would be the last weight class we'd see him. And if he wouldn't wrestle next, I definitely don't see him competing here tonight. And I do remember watching his 3rd-place match with Azarian of Waterford last week, the individual state tournament. I don't know if it was a shoulder or neck or something. Ended up finishing the match, but there was some injury time and maybe one of those nagging injury type things. And as Coach Jason Lullow said, well, we'll only use you, if you're feeling okay or if things are gotten out of hand one way or the other. And obviously maybe right now at 15-15, and maybe they went through warm-ups and something didn't set right. Because I did see Wright down on the mats before the match dual meet tonight warming up. Maybe it was one of those, as we call it, the game time decisions. And be interesting to see if Burlington or Holmen rather wins the dual meet tonight. Will we see Darius Wright the rest of the way? Stahlsberg with that escape there, so we're neutral. 132 pounds. 15-15 dual meet. Holmen and Burlington. Winner moves on to take on either Hartford or Badger. And right now Hartford up 10 with just a couple of weights to go. So looks like barring a major comeback here by Badger, it's going to be Hartford awaiting the winner of our dual meet here. And that would be, boy, how about Hartford in either one of these teams? Fun stuff. Wausau West winning in dominating fashion. It was about 60-5 was the final score over there. Rapids and Arrowhead, that's a good one. 22-16. Rapids a little shorthanded tonight due to some issues that they've had to deal with this week. So that if there was ever a time where Rapids has ever been vulnerable, so many championships in this building for Wisconsin Rapids. But they're in a fight with Heartland Arrowhead. We got a fight right here. Good dual meet. Two top 10 teams going toe-to-toe here in this quarterfinal round. You hate to see one of these teams out day one, but very deep Division I field this year. Very wide open field. Great for the health of our sport in Wisconsin. Talk about some of the teams that didn't make it here. How about the third-ranked team in the state, Merrill? How about Kaukauna? When's the last time you did a team state tournament without, give you a couple of names here, Merrill, Kaukauna, Stoughton, Milton, McWanago, all very good programs. All were defeated in qualifying rounds. I mean, those are legendary programs. You're talking about Stoughton, Merrill, Kaukauna. And it's not like they had bad years. You're just talking about Division I is absolutely stacked. And you could say the same thing in Division II. We'll have those matches tomorrow. When's the last time Lodi wasn't in the team state tournament? O'Connell Falls, the third-ranked team in the state, they won it all 2 years ago. Not here. Division III, Mineral Point, just the absolute mainstay of this tournament, not here. So it's a new look, new year. Great for the sport, the health of our sport. Again, it's a very deep state field right now in Wisconsin wrestling. The individual tournament is as good as I think I've ever seen a week ago. And this team tournament's good stuff here. Third period, Stahlsberg still with that 3-0 lead. You see this funky position they're both in. Saw my friend Ben Askren advertising his funky fresh camp. Sure, he'll be teaching some scrambling like that. There's some funk. And Stahlsberg, I mean, I tell you what, you see it every year. There's a kid who comes in just out of nowhere at the state tournament. 10, 11, 12 losses and makes a run. And this year's, it was Stahlsberg. 15 losses, 27-15, places fifth in the state tournament. And he's only a sophomore. I mean, this Willie Ellen, he's a 43-match winner. And he's losing 5-0 right now. Elin 43-3 heading into the individual state tournament a week ago. He said Willie. Matt Ellen. We'll see Willie coming up here in a bit. Matt Ellen, the 40-plus match winner, state qualifier. But Stahlsburg's wrestling a heck of a match here. And it looks like he's going to pick up 3 more team points and give Holmen a lead here. Coming down here, we're past the midway points. We're down to 5 matches. I mean, you get the sense this could be coming down to the last match here tonight. I don't know who will finish last. I mean, we told you Wausau West is already done. Hartford's 2 minutes away from wrapping that one up. That one's about done. There's another takedown for Stahlsburg. What an impressive performance. Ryan Stahlsburg, my goodness, 7-1. And Holmen back out in front now, 18-15. £138 now, 18-15 dual meet score. Holmen back out in front. And it's Dan Nickum, a 32-11 senior for Holmen. Brody Fitzpatrick, 32-3 junior for Burlington. Nickum was a state qualifier a week ago at 138 pounds, was defeated by the returning state champ Adam Yeedy. Close match, 2-0 in the first round. Fitzpatrick, also a state qualifier at this weight class. He was knocked off by Cameron Clevin in the first round, 6-2. When Clevin was defeated, he did not get a wrestle back. So 2 guys probably hungry here. Both state qualifiers, both lost close matches in the first round of state, missing out on the medal stand. Back to neutral here, 1 minute remaining in this opening period. .45 seconds in this first period, no score. Fitzpatrick, the junior. Nickum, the senior, a pair of state qualifiers. And we're back to neutral, 31 seconds remaining in this first period. Again, we started the dual meet at 82, so we're ending it at 70. Nice slide by Fitzpatrick, and a nice counter by Nickum, no points. Nickum on in the shot. Final seconds ticking off here in this first period. We're going to go 0-0 into the second period. Well, no score. A couple of good scoring chances for both wrestlers there in that first period, but it's going to be 0-0, and I think we're going to have some blood time here for Nickum. Well, Hartford's wrapped it up, so they're down to their last match, but Hartford's already clinch the dual meet. So Hartford does wait the winner of our match here. Second period, and Nickham will go down to start this period. And there's the escape, so the first points of the match go to the senior Dan Nickham. And again, Fitzpatrick with that slide by, and again, we're out of bounds. Boy, he's hit that move a couple of times, has Fitzpatrick. Now Fitzpatrick says, you know what, I keep getting this slide by and I keep going out of bounds. I'm just going to go to a single leg, and yeah, no signal yet, and again, we're out of bounds. Boy, oh boy, Fitzpatrick. Telling you what, he's had about 4 takedowns, literally stopped out of bounds. Been very close. But it is right now Nickham with the lead, 1-0, midway through this second period. And again, Fitzpatrick with the slide by. That time he slipped, but gets right back up on a takedown. Nice job by Fitzpatrick. And that's going to be 1 point for fleeing the mat. And head coach Jason Lulliff wants to talk it over. So it's going to be a 3-1 lead. 3-1 lead right now for Dan Nickham. Final 20 seconds as Nickham gets the escape. It's a 3-2 Fitzpatrick lead. And we're going to go 3-2 to the third period. Final period. Fitzpatrick going to go down here. With the 1 point lead, Nickham tries to put the boots in, but he's out of position. Fitzpatrick's close to a reversal here. And it might be worse than a reversal if Fitzpatrick get that head. He does not, but he still does get the 2 point reversal. Now Brody Fitzpatrick leading 5-2. Five-2 lead for Fitzpatrick. It's a 3-point Holmen dual meet lead right now. This would tie it up if the score stands as it is right now, barring any major decisions or someone gets caught in a pin, something like that. And there's the escape by Nickham, so he needs a takedown now to tie this thing up. 5-3, 50 seconds to go, but Fitzpatrick right back to the leg attack. And a takedown here might seal it, and there it is. And we're out of bounds. 28 seconds to go. It looks like Brody Fitzpatrick is going to pick up a big win here at 138 pounds and tie this dual meet up. Back and forth we go here. Final 20 seconds of this final period. It's going to be a 7-3 victory for Brody Fitzpatrick, unless Nickham can come up with a big move here in a hurry. Well, Fitzpatrick now has him flattened out, has wrist control, and I think that's going to do it. Brody Fitzpatrick's going to pick up a 7-3 win. We're tied at 18 with 4 matches to go. Now we move ahead now to 145 pounds. It'll be Willie Ellen, the senior, state qualifier a week ago. 40-plus match winner. And for Holmen, Avery Hackett, a junior, 21-17. Ellen in quickly on a shot. And a quick takedown for Willie Ellen. Ellen going to work quickly. 43-4 record as we're out of bounds. He was defeated by Marcus Reinhardt in the first round. Reinhardt, the talented freshman from Merrill. How about that weight class? One of the great finals we've ever seen. Jared Scherenbrock from Sun Prairie and Rylan Lubeck from Wisconsin Rapids, who just happens to be wrestling right now on the other mat at 160 pounds. Rapids doing some major shuffling of their lineup due to some wrestlers out of the lineup this week. Ellen working that arm bar, trying to take Hackett over. He's got the wrist and the arm barred up. Can he take him over? A lot of time on the clock here if he can get that thing run. Well, good job by Hackett getting the wrist out of there. And there it goes. Ellen settling in now. Nope. Hackett able to get out of it. And Ellen right back, and they're going to stop it. Going to be 2 near fall and an illegal hold. Taking that arm too far the wrong direction, so they'll stop it. It'll be a penalty point, 4-1. Now, nice job here by Hackett coming out the back door, trying to get the reversal. And Hackett's close to a reversal. And there is the reversal. And now he's close to some near fall. Oh, and Ellen's going to get the reversal right back. What a wild scramble there. It's going to be 6-3 Ellen when it's all said and done. Well, I guess they gave Hackett a couple of near fall points too, so 6-5. Wild scramble there. Yeah, I think the official has the same question I have. Did he give nope. I think it was just whose choice it was. Obviously predetermined by the coin flip. They've got it all worked out. So here we go, second period. Ellen leading 6-5, but he's getting a little more than he wanted here from Avery Hackett. And nice reversal by Ellen. Beautifully executed. And now we're out of bounds. It's going to be 8-5, Ellen with the lead. Ellen, the third-ranked wrestler in the state going into the state tournament. Tough draw in the first round. Gets the fifth-ranked Reinhardt. That's one of the better matches of the first round, I would think. Reinhardt and Elin last week, two ranked wrestlers. That was a battle of 3 versus 5 in the first round. And then you had Scherenbrock, number 2 in the second round. So when he defeated Reinhardt, Elin wasn't granted a wrestleback. Now Elin stepping over again, working for that fall. No near fall. But you see him, he's got again that wrist, running that arm bar. Now he's going to switch to a half Nelson. Elin again with the half in the arm. Tell you what, though, Hackett's hanging in there. No near fall again. 6-3 again. That's where we started. Now 8-5 in this second period. And there's another stalling warning on bottom. It's going to be 9-5 now. Elin with his third stalling caution, or second stalling caution against Hackett. Final 10 seconds of this second period. I give Hackett credit. I thought when Elin got that arm bar early in the match, this was going to be over quickly. And second period will come to a conclusion. Third period now, 9-5, Elin with the lead. (18-18), 4 matches to go. What a dual meet. And now we're going to get a stall call on top. First warning for Elin, 1:35 to go. Rapids is just about wrapped it up. They got a little scare here tonight from Heartland Arrowhead. But it looks like Rapids is going to advance on. Rylan Lubeck about a minute away from clinching it for Wisconsin Rapids. And what an epic showdown that's going to be tomorrow morning. 1 versus 2, Rapids Wausau West. Don't miss it. We'll have it for you live right here on FoxSportsWisconsin.com. That'll start at 9 a.m. tomorrow. And the winner of our match will take on Hartford. And we still have some business to sort out before we find out who's going to take on Hartford tomorrow morning. Scrappy match here at 145 pounds. Hackett and Elin. And, well, we're neutral with 42 seconds to go. I tell you what, Hackett This match is not over, folks. 9-6. You get a quick double leg to your back, 2 quick near fall. This one changes completely, so hang on here. This one is not over. On to 25 seconds. And Lubeck gets the win, so that's it. It's official. Rapids is moving on. So 1 versus 2 is set for tomorrow morning. Get a stalemate with 8 seconds to go. We're back to neutral. Desperation time here for the junior Avery Hackett. Elin in on the shot, and a takedown, and that'll do it. Hard-fought match. Willie Elin, though, gets in a 11-6 victory at 145 pounds. Now we move ahead now, 152 pounds. (21-18) lead now for Burlington. It'll be Tyler Westfall for Holmen. (28-13). And for Burlington, Max Schenkenberg, a junior, 22-10. And you look at the records, Westfall 28-13, Schenkenberg 22-10, pretty even. Another one of those that could go either way, and you see this the story right now, 3 matches to go. It's a 3-point match. Westfall in on the shot, working for the double leg. And there it is, a takedown. And the first points of the match go to Holmen here at 152 pounds. And no change yet. I thought for a moment it looks like Schenkenberg was going to flip the script there. But a nice counter by Westfall. Now he's close to getting some near fall. Look at this scramble. 20 seconds to go in the period, no change. And we're out of bounds. 12 seconds to go. In the second period. Yeah, no change yet. Time is going to be up. Well done there by Westfall to hang on. So we go to the second period, a 2-0 lead for Westfall. Well, all the semifinal slots are filled except one. That is ours. That will be Wisconsin Rapids taking on Wausau West and Hartford Union taking on our team, as there's a reversal now for Westfall. Well, and again, how impressive is this night by Holmen? Obviously, Darius Wright, some type of injury that he was dealing with, unable to go. Oh, how big would this be? Westphal trying to take him over. He's got it close. There it is. And there's the fall. Oh, baby. Holmen, here we go. The Vikings take a 24-21 lead. The pin by Tyler Westphal. Now here we go. We're going to come literally, folks, either way. Unless Holmen gets bonus points here, it's going to come down to the final match of the night. 160 pounds here, and then we're going to end at 170. Here we are at 170. It's Nick Frana for Holmen. He's a 9-14 junior. Brent Gavin, a 41-4 senior. State qualifier, one match away from placing, lost a heartbreaker. He lost two heartbreakers, man. Lost to top-ranked Matthew Gray of Wilmot Union in the quarterfinals 3-1, and then lost in overtime in the match that would have put him on the medal stand to Andres Marquez of Racine Horlick 5-3. So you talk about a guy right here who's probably a little grumpy after the individual state tournament, losing both matches by a combined 4 points. And his team desperately needs him here to get some bonus points. I was about to say before that pin, what a season, what a night, what a season. You have Holmen going shorthanded here tonight without Darius Wright. They've been going shorthanded most of the season. Of course, if you haven't heard, Ben Fears, the state medalist a year ago, off to a great start. One of the top-ranked wrestlers in the state this year. Was in a car accident just days before the bi-state. Been in a coma for the last couple of months. They say he's hopefully going to make it. Scary, scary stuff for the Holmen wrestling community, for the entire wrestling community. Was up in the bi-state just days after that happened, and scary stuff. And well, you look at it, how do you recover as a team from that? And then you look at, boy, you still have to go on and wrestle the matches. You lost one of your best wrestlers, and boy, wrestling becomes secondary there. You hope Ben Fears makes a full recovery, and that he is just a healthy young man and could live his life. Oh, big headlock there. Big headlock by Brant Gavin. Give credit for Nick Frana to get out of that. There's the story of Ben Fears. Great stuff following his progress. WI Wrestling, the forum's done a great job this season of updating Ben Fears' situation. And very good wrestler. And now it's just thoughts and prayers with him as he gets back to recovery. 8-3 here, second period. This young Nick Frana, the goal right now is just, boy, if he could not get pinned, he could give up. Somehow not give up bonus points to one of the top-ranked wrestlers in the state at 160 pounds. Brant Gavin ranked 5th in the state. Big victory here for Holmen. Sets the stage for our final match. And we're back to neutral, 10-4, 40 seconds remaining in this second period. Brant Gavin, the 41-match winner, trying to get his team back out in front, or at minimum tie it here, set the stage for our final match. It'll all come down to 170 pounds. And one of these teams will be advancing to tomorrow's semifinal. Great season for both these teams. Two teams really on the uptick here in WIAA Division I wrestling. There we go, third period. And again, you got to like what you're seeing here out of Nick Frana, hanging in there with one of the best in the state. Gavin with that sweep single here. Right now, that would make it a major decision. Really, it like I said, the only thing that wouldn't matter would be bonus points for Holmen. Outside of that, it's going to come down to the final match. Right now, it would be a major. That gives 4 points to Burlington. That would make it 25-24 Burlington. However you look at it, it's just going to be a win. You're not going to have to worry about bonus points or pins or major decisions in our final match. It's just going to be whoever wins this 170-pound match wins the dual meet, assuming this score holds. Now, Gavin will get a pin, or somehow Frana caught him, got the pin the other way, then the script can change significantly. But right now, it's just a win to decide the dual meet at 170 pounds. And there's another takedown, but now Gavin certainly has the major in his pocket, up 10. I don't know that he could score 5 points in the next minute. That would make it a technical. But even that only makes it a 2-point lead for Burlington. So short of a pin here, it's just going to be a win for our final match. Gavin gets the tilt. Did he get the full 5 count? Yes, he did. So now he's looking at 19-5. Gets one more of those. The match will get stopped with a technical fall. And, well, unless he pins him. No, he's not going to pin him, so that's it. This one's over. And a technical fall for Brant Gavin. This one's over. 20-5. So 5 team points, 26-24 Burlington. Here we go. Final match of the evening. Final match of the evening, here it is. It'll be Duncan McKinney, the sophomore, 29-11 for Holmen. And for Burlington, a senior, 18-13, Jesse Bush. And there's nothing fancy about this, folks. No bonus points, no tiebreakers, no criteria. Win, and your team wins the dual meet. Simple as that. 6 minutes to decide who is moving on to semifinal round tomorrow morning. Good stuff here. I'm glad we got us on this mat. It's going to come down to this. McKinney, a pretty good sophomore, 29-11. Bush, 18-13, so maybe you give a slight advantage to Holmen. But again, you have an underclassman wrestling a senior. Keep in mind also, this is Burlington's first trip to the team state tournament. Holmen's got some experience. They've been here 3 of the last 4 years, so they know what this Friday night round is about, making the extra day of travel, the extra week of practice, extra week of making weight. There's a lot of things that go in it. I'll certainly tell you, as a guy who wrestled in 2 of these things, coming back that week after the individual state tournament, it's a commitment, but you're working for something as a team, where last week is all about the individual. This week is all about the team. And no bigger indicator of that than right here. One of these guys can put his team into Saturday. You don't want to put too much pressure, because the guy who loses doesn't lose the dual meet for his team, but sometimes that's just how it shakes out. Random draw. Started at 182. Who would have known that when these guys made the trip down to Madison today, that it was going to come down to their weight class to decide it. 30 seconds remaining in this first period. No score. Not a lot of scoring chances. You got to know these guys are feeling the pressure. So certainly understandable that neither one of these guys wants to take a real chance. And now a stalling call on Bush, or excuse me, it was on McKinney. Stalling on red. That is Holmen. So keep that in mind. Stalling call coming in the first period, and you see McKinney backing up. He's got to circle in. One nice shot here. Can he finish in time? Oh, this is going to be a close one. That was right as he was tapped. This is going to be close. No points. Wow. That close. That's how close this dual meet is, man. And I think that's the right call. I think it was the time it run off and then the takedown. It was simultaneously, but I think if you look at it, that's probably the right call. McKinney to his feet. There's the first points of the match. An escape for Duncan McKinney. He leads 1-0. But again, McKinney's got to be careful. He's backing up. You cannot back out of bounds or you will get hit. Front headlock position here, and now Bush countering. He's close to tying it up here. Nice job by McKinney to back his way out of that. Oh, the big lateral drop, and that's good. Feet in bounds. Oh, man. 2-point takedown. Wow. Kinney back to his feet. There's the escape. We're tied at 2. You see Bush, he wants that lateral drop. Kenny's got to be careful not to push in too hard there. He might get latted again. Now here's McKinney in on that head inside single. Saw him score from this earlier. Nearly scored, and he does this time. 2-point takedown. 15 seconds to go. And we're going to go to the third period. Here we go. Final 2 minutes. Can Duncan McKinney send his team on, or can Jesse Bush come back here and send Burlington on to Saturday? Keep in mind, McKinney was warned for stalling in the first period. So he's got a margin of error for sure. He's got the half, Nelson. Oh, he's got the half. Can he take it over? He's got the wrist and the half. Bush somehow got out of it. Now McKinney switches to a cradle. I'll tell you what, I give Bush some credit. I don't know how he got out of that half, Nelson. McKinney had the wrist, but he's got that cradle. McKinney's close to being able to take him over. And now Bush able to break the grip. Boy, two nice defensive counters on bottom from Jesse Bush. Now Bush trying the Granby. He's down to that double leg. Now he switches to a single. No change yet, and we're out of bounds, and McKinney still on top. Jade Gribble arguing for one. 49 seconds to go. What a finish here in this quarterfinal. Burlington fans on their feet. Holmen fans on their feet. Nobody's left the building. Great sight here. All the other teams sitting on their respective mats watching this thing. What a great match. Oh, here's Bush. He's close to a reversal. McKinney's in some trouble here. We're down to 25 seconds. "20 seconds. Can McKinney hang on? Keep in mind he's been warned for stalling. Down to 10 seconds. He's still got that wrist. And that's going to do it. The Holmen Vikings are going to move on. 27-26. What a match. What a dual meet. My goodness. That's as good as it gets, folks. That might be one of the best dual meets we've ever seen down here. That was good stuff there. Duncan McKinney puts Holmen into the second round. Congratulations to the Burlington Demons. What a season. Comes to an end here tonight. And Holmen, you've got a date with Hartford tomorrow morning. Semifinal Saturday set. Be sure to join us here on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Top-ranked Rapids, second-ranked Wausau West. Hartford and Holmen, two massively big dual meets. 9 a.m. tomorrow right here on FoxSportsWisconsin.com. We'll see you then.